Muawiyah was the son of Abu Sufyan. He was with his father in all the battles against the Muslims. He grew up in the house of Abu Sufyan. And the first battle against the pagans of Mecca, when Muawiyah's brother Hanzalah ibn Abi Sufyan was killed by Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. His uncle was killed by Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. His grandfather, Utbah, was killed by Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wassalam. So, in response to these casualties, what the house of Abu Sufyan did, what Muawiyah's mother, Hind, did, she used to stage mourning sessions of sorrow and mourning for the people who would kill at Badr. And women would always cry, and this is very famous. So this Muawiyah was raised in such a household that always he heard the cries of revenge against Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, against Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, and the house where the enemies of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam were mourned every morning and every evening. And every battle he was present with kuffar, not participating in fights because he was a coward, but always he was there, helping his father, helping the kuffar. And this has been attested in several sources. This is the book of Jamhurat Khutab al-Arab fi Usur al-Arabiya al-Zahira al-Asr al-Amawi. Compiled by Ahmad Zaki Safwat. Ahmad Zaki Safwat, he has, this is a book of literature, Arabic literary and Arabic literary masterpieces of the Umayyad era. The sermons and speeches that have of literary value in the time of the Umayyi government, Umayyi rule. Volume number 2. This is volume number 2, yeah. So here is a khutbah by Al-Imam Al-Hassan alayhi salam. During the rule of Muawiyah, Imam Hassan alayhi salatu wassalam was faced by Muawiyah and Amr ibn al-As and Marwan ibn al-Hakam and Muawiyah's brother Utbah ibn Abi Sufyan, and they deprecated Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam and swore at Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. So Al-Imam Al-Hassan alayhi salam responded to them in a speech. So amongst the words, this is page number 16, amongst the things Al-Imam Al-Hassan alayhi salam says, أَتَعْلَمُونَ أَنَّ الَّذِي شَتَمُوهُ مُنذُ الْيَوْمِ صَلَّى الْقِبْلَتَيْنَ كِلْتَيْهِمَا. You, Muawiyah, and Amr ibn al-As and Marwan ibn al-Hakam and Utbah ibn Abi Sufyan, Muawiyah's brother, you came here and got up on the minbar, on the pulpit, and you deprecated and swore at Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam and cursed him. You know the person you cursed, he prayed towards both qiblas. وَأَنْتَ يَا مُعَاوِيَةَ بِهِمَا كَافِرٌ. When you, Muawiyah, were kafir to both of these qiblas, تَرَاهَا ضَلَالَةً وَتَعْبُدُ اللَّاتَ وَالْعُزَّى. That you saw these qibla and praying towards qibla Jerusalem and qibla Kaaba, you saw it as misguidance. And you used to prostrate and worship Allat wal-Uzza, the gods of Ahl al-Makkah, the pagan statutes. وأنشدكم الله هل تعلمون أنه بايع البيعتين كلتيهما بيعة الفتح وبيعة الرضوان. Do you know that he was present at both bay'ah, the bay'ah at the time of conquest of Mecca and bay'at al-Ridwan. وأنك يا معاوية وأباك من المؤلفة قلوبهم. المؤلفة قلوبهم. Muawiyah, you and your father, you're of those people who profess to be Muslim and they were not really Muslim. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to give them charity in order to soften their hearts and soften their animosity. تُسِرُّونَ الْكُفْرَ وَتُظْهِرُونَ الْإِسْلَامِ. This is the key here. That you would disguise, you and your father and your family, you used to disguise your kufr and pretend to be Muslims. وَتُسْتَمَالُونَ بِالْأَمْوَالِ. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would give you charity, would offer you money, so he would soften your animosity. وَأُنْشِدُكُمُ اللَّهِ. And I ask you in the name of Allah. أَلَسْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ أنه كان صاحب رعية رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. And this is long, so I'm not going to take your time. And this khutbah, Al-Imam Al-Hassan alayhi salatu wasalam mentions that Muawiyah was in every battle the banner carrier for his father and would attend the fight against Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Amongst the things that he says here is these lines, this stanza by Muawiyah, that when he heard that his father intends to become Muslim to save his life, he wrote to his father this stanza. Muawiyah wrote to Abu Sufyan, يا صخر لا تسلمن اليوم فتفضحنا بعد الذين ببدر أصبحوا مزقا. صخر, he says to his father. Why? Because Abu Sufyan's real name is Sakhr ibn Harb. Sakhr, don't become Muslim. You are going to dishonor. Our whole family has been killed fighting Muslims, fighting Muhammad. Now you want to become Muslim. خالي وعمي وعم الأم ثالثهم. My uncle, my paternal uncle, my maternal uncle, and my mother's uncle. وحنظل الخير, and my brother Hanzala ibn Abi Sufyan, my older brother. They were all killed. You a son. They were all killed by Ali alayhi salam. Now you want to become Muslim. قد أهدى لنا الأرقى. So he was a person who himself opposed his father becoming Muslim, like his mother, right? Who grabbed Abu Sufyan by his mustache. And another narration, she slapped Abu Sufyan on the face and cursed him. That's why you want to become a Muslim. At any rate. Okay. This is the book of Tazkirat al-Khawas. Sibt ibn al-Jawzi, who died the year 654. He also mentions this at page 200. He mentions this speech by Al-Imam al-Hassan al-Mujtaba alayhi salatu wassalam. And there's another very important passage narrated by Ansab al-Ashraf, Ahmad ibn Yahya ibn Jabir al-Baladhuri, in Ansab al-Ashraf, that after the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam passed away, rather he was martyred, Abu Sufyan expresses kufr again, right away, right after that. This is the book of Ansab al-Ashraf by Baladhuri, volume number 5, published in Beirut, Darul Fikr, in year 1996. This is page number 19. There are several passages here if you ever get time to read it, or if you understand Arabic. Muhammad ibn Sirin, who is a very respected and very reliable and trustworthy tabi'i, he says that قال أبو سفيان حين قبض رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, when the Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم passed away, Abu Sufyan said this. Said it to who? Said it to Abu Bakr and Umar. Obviously, the content indicates that said to Abu Bakr and Umar. تلقفوها الآن تلقف الكرة فما من جنة ولا نار. He said to Abu Bakr and Umar, this religion is false. There's no God. There is no paradise. There's no hell. Now that you have become caliph, play it well. Grab it like a player grabs a ball. Play it, grab it like a player grabs a ball, and keep it, because there is no paradise. There is no hell. There is all these things are wrong. That now you've gained government. Maintain the government. Okay. So this was Abu Sufyan. So we are dealing with this house, and the important thing is this Abu Sufyan at year 8 Hijri, right? He becomes Muslim reluctantly, still with doubts, and he never embraced Islam fully. At year 10 Hijri, after the demise of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Abu Bakr gives him the biggest, most important province in the Islamic world, Sham, Syria. How is that? Right? That's an important question. The leader of opposition, who became Muslim, not sincerely. And there were so many other Sahaba, other companions, who were Muslims, who were sincere Muslims from the time of the Nabi, when he proclaimed his apostleship. Even before Syria is conquered, Abu Sufyan is promised that you will get when we conquer Sham, it will be yours. And they gave it to him, and they kept Sham. And Sham was the center of Umayyad Empire until their demise. Okay, this is the book of Al-Amali للشيخنا الصدوق رحمة الله عليه, published in Haydariya Press in Najaf in 1970. Let me take you here to this hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Majlis number 24. That at the year 363, Shaykhuna al-Saduq rahmatullahi alayhi delivered this Majlis. Second hadith in this Majlis from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Abdullah ibn Abbas says, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was sitting one day when Imam Hassan alayhi salam came. When he saw Imam Hassan alayhi salatu wasalam, tears flowed from the eyes of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and said, my son, come to me, my son, come to me. And he brought him closer and closer and closer, and so much so that he had Imam Hassan alayhi salam sit on the right side, on his lap, on his right leg. And then Imam Hussein alayhi salam came. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saw Imam Hussein alayhi salam. When he saw Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam cried and wept. And tears, holy tears flowed down his holy cheeks. And he said, my son, come to me, my son, come to me. And he brought him closer. Come to me closer. He came closer. Come to me closer, come near to me. Came closer. So much so that he had Imam Hussein alayhi salam sit on his left leg. Then he saw that their mother, As-Siddiqa Al-Tahira, Fatima Al-Zahra salamullahi alayha, is coming. When the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saw her, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam cried even more and wept. And tears flowed down his holy cheeks. And he said, my daughter, come to me, my daughter, come to me. She came, come closer, she came closer. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had her sit in his close proximity, right in front of him. Then Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam came. When he saw Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam coming, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam again cried and wept, and tears flowed down his holy face. Salamullahi alayhim ajma'in. Said, my brother, come to me. So the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam brought him closer and closer, and he had Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam sit on his right hand side. So there were companions there, Sahaba there. They said, Ya Rasulullah, when you see them, why don't you become happy? They are the most beloved one in your life. They are your family. They are your the most cherished one in your life. Why don't you become happy? Why don't you smile? Why don't you laugh? When you see them, why did you cry? Why did you shed tears? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَالَّذِي بَعَثَنِي بِالنُّبُوَّةِ وَاصْطَفَانِي عَلَى جَمِيعِ الْبَرِيَّةِ. I take an oath by that Lord who has made me an apostle, and he has made me a messenger to all the creation. إِنِّي وَإِيَّاهُمْ لَأَكْرَمُ الْخَلْقِ عَلَى اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. I and these four, we are the dearest one in the eyes of Allah, before Allah. We are the most cherished ones, the most exalted ones, the most loftiest ones, with the highest positions and the divine eyes. وَمَا عَلَى الْوَجْهِ الْأَرْضِ نَسَمَةٌ أَحَبُّ إِلَيَّ مِنْهُمْ. And there is no one on earth that is more beloved to me, more cherished to me, dearer to me than these four. أما علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام فإنه أخي وشقيقي وصاحب الأمر بعد. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, he is my brother. He is my brother. He is my heir. He is my successor after him. وصاحب لوائي في الدنيا والآخرة. He is the one who will be carrying my banner in the dunya and the hereafter. وصاحب حوضي. He is the master of my pond. وشفاعتي. He is the master of my intercession. وهو مولى كل مسلم وإمام كل مؤمن. He is the master of every mu'min, and he is the imam of every Muslim. وقائد كل تقي. He is the leader of every pious God-fearing person. وهو وصي وخليفة. He is my heir. He is my successor over all my ummah in my life and after me. He is my successor in my life and in my death. محبه محبي ومبغضه مبغضي. Whoever loves him, he loves me. And whoever hates him, he hates me. وبولايته صارت أمتي مرحومة. With the blessing of love of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam, my ummah is blessed. وبعداوته صارت المخالفة له منها ملعونة. And whoever is accursed from my ummah is because they have garnered the animosity of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. They have espoused the animosity, opposition to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. And on the account of their enmity to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, they have become accursed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِنِّي بَكَيْتُ حين أقبل لأني ذكرت غدر الأمة به بعدي. When he came, I cried, I wept, because you don't know what I know. I remembered and I was reminded that after me, when I saw him coming, I was reminded that after me, my ummah will betray him. My ummah will commit treason against him. إن حتى إنه لا يزال عن مقعدي وقد جعله الله له بعدي. This betrayal would entail that he would be displaced from my position, from my seat, that seat which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted him and has assigned him. ثم لا يزال الأمر به حتى يضرب على قرنه ضربة تخضب منها لحيته. Then this animosity against him, our opposition against him would continue for years and after years and after years until he would be assassinated and he would be struck on his forehead and his blood would crimson his beard, his blood would dye red his beard. في أفضل الشهور, and the best of the months and the holiest of the months in the month of Ramadan. وأما ابنتي فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين صلوات الله عليه. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا طويلا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Thank you so much for watching. May Allah bless you. Special thanks to those who have always supported me. May Allah bless you.